Привет, ребята! Сегодня мы играем в диск Elysium, и по названию, я думаю, понятно, что это очень подходит под погоду, которая сейчас за окном. Вроде бы осень, а у нас все время идет снег. С самого утра, часов с 4, наверное, утра идет снег. И мне кажется, под эту атмосферу отлично подойдет вот эта вот игрушка. Чего, давайте пока, во-первых, пытаться вспоминать, что у нас здесь было. Еще могу рассказать, что было у меня. Я сейчас смотрю обзоры на диснеевскую русалочку и сравнение с мультиком. Короче говоря, мне прям даже на слезу пробило, какая оригинальная русалочка трогательная. И как же не очень хорош фильм. Но фильм, собственно говоря, я сама не смотрела, но я собираюсь посмотреть. Не знаю, правда, когда. Как-то в такую погоду особо не до всего. Просто хочется, на самом деле, просто лечь, почитать и пить чай, может быть. Но приходится выходить на улицу. Это вообще какой-то отстой. Там, типа, отстой. Убираться в квартире. Ну, как сказать, это все нужно делать. Хочется смотреть видосы и читать книжки. Ну, вот, и играть в диск Elysium, собственно, который мы никак уже не можем пройти миллион лет. Давайте вспоминать, что у нас здесь есть. И как я держу руки относительно микрофона в этой игре. Так. Не пойму, есть ли у нас какое-то свободное очко. Умение. Давайте задание посмотрим. Значит, у нас есть... Добрый вечер, детектив. Добрый вечер, сэр. Так, у нас есть проверить ловушки, узнать у Тита, что произошло на самом деле. Так, кто такой, блин, Тит? Ладно, это мы еще вспомним. У нас непроверенные есть ловушки на краю земли, далеко на северо-восток от здания Фельд. Проверить ловушку рядом с каналом. Так, мы сейчас находимся еще и в церкви. Нам нужно помочь Соне с проектом. Мы сейчас... Так, должны найти узловой блок памяти с внешней копией прошлого места, работы Соны, и принести ей. А мы, кстати, принесли, по-моему. Вот проверьте, как продвигается после того, как рейверы обосновались в церкви. Короче, мы должны к рейверам пойти. Да, пойдемте. Пойдемте сообщим им, что они могут вернуться в клуб. Они сидят на улице. Мы здесь на мышке играем, да? Да. В прошлых сериях мы разрешили рейверам. Ты отговорила их барыжить веществами? Да, я сказала, чтобы они просто клуб открывали. Мы вычислили, что они... Как туда пройти? Что они на самом деле наркоманы. И, короче говоря, я сказала, либо вы делаете настоящий клуб, либо я вам помогать не буду. Вот. Ну, они согласились. Пойдемте вот с этой девчонкой поговорим вначале. Так, я не помню, у нас здесь таб. Угу, хорошо, вспомнила. Так, что у нее есть еще здесь? Да, наверное, ничего. Пойдемте сюда. У квеста с клубом просто божественный финал. Интересно, давайте с этим. Так, вроде не с этим, наверное. Давайте посмотрим, с которым. О! Не-не-не. О! Мы ему дали музыку для ремикса. Я нашел ее в ветвях. О! А чё экран-то черный?
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on... I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence.
А Гарри глаза закрыл, чтобы лучше слушать.
No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something mysterious is going on here.
Так. Давайте вот это... А,
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that? Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
давайте продолжим.
Yo, the warrior! The warrior! Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. But it could be hyper hardcore.
Так, давайте посмотрим. Что там у нас? Добавьте хардкора. Такая. Решила добавить хардкора. Она прыгает на кресло-мешок. Давайте все-таки скажем им. Во.
We are grateful, Cotman. You're an augury of a new era of anodic dance music. That's fine. We can manage, and you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right? Fine. We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later.
Так. Все, они собрались. И девчонку забрали. Хорошо, значит. Можно еще искать кассеты с музыкой. Искать ловушки. Что еще? Зайти в ночной клуб сейчас нужно. Что с галстуком? Не снимайте. Давайте его наденем. Мы его не снимали, кстати. Ой, вот кроме как сейчас. Понятненько. Есть ли у нас какая-нибудь мысль? Давайте разблокируем. Да давайте какую-нибудь мысль разблокируем. Так, новую. С галстуком будет момент по сюжету, не скоро. Хорошо. Давайте посмотрим, что у нас есть. Вот эти, те, которые у меня включены, гомосексуальное подполье. Ой, как много всего. Арно Ван Эйк. Техника. Ну, давайте это усвоим. Не знаю, прикол. Так, ладно. Хорошо. С галстуком не скоро. Ну, идем обратно в церквушку. Надо будет не забыть ловушечки найти. Ну, вроде вокруг того же здания они расположены. И еще где-то, наверное, в том районе. О, дискотека.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? Ecstatic vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too.
Я себе кресло как-нибудь поправлю. Пластик вывалился кусок. Название. Давайте у всех спросим, ладно?
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you should do it, detective. It would be Lloyd's right.
Хорошо.
You helped us so much. It's the right thing to do.
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway.
How about something
Почему у
simple,
Человека-паука бы не
like at the
спросить?
club?
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Real and true and beautiful. The amnesia.
Like the... I can't remember the name of the club, Amnesia.
Amnesia! It's not amnesia, guys. Yakukata! Yakukata! The place to be!
Хорошее название. Екукота.
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe.
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore.
I wouldn't build a club and I wouldn't make...
Ну что вы такие?
No name? Sounds like something the crab man...
We're not going with anything the crab
О,
man
про
says.
Человека-краба надо назвать.
The crab man...
I don't care. I don't like the crab man, and I don't like his ideas.
You have? Well,
Ну, смотрите, диско Elysium. Как бы... Так, нет пощады демонам ярости, западный ревошоль. Давайте диск Elysium, ну по классике, типа.
like that DeLorean word for the world.
But Disco Elysium, isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of.
Ну, у вас тут дискотечные какие-то вайбы теперь.
The past is the future, but the future is dead. No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. And short. And...
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
Как мило. Но это нужно было сделать.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. Someone turns
Хороший
up the
танец.
beat.
Оп, оп, оп.
You should go with the flow. Join in on the experience.
Давайте.
It feels good. It feels right. But what is this? What is this thing that Andre is doing?
Каким
with his
вопросом?
limbs?
Давайте, да пофигу.
Yes, my man.
Audio waves thump against your rib cage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better.
Эквилибристика.
But the beat is still
Вот это
so
она... А, вот. Я как-то плохо оделся для этого. Давайте потом.
It's to express my...
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Блин, какие грубые варианты. Чего он сказал? Это выражение моей индивидуальности. Блин, это очень душнильско. Вот это ужасно. Понял, отстал.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway,
Подождите, мне нужно переодеть штаны. С эквилибристикой проблемки. Я прям точно помню. Ага. Опа, без штанов. Игра про переодевание. Как танцевал и снял штаны, ужасно. О. Честно сказать, слабовато, блин. Драматичная есть футболка в сеточку. О, очечки. Ага, так, хорош. Во. Не помню. О, в этой игре... Опа. А, господи, я же не поняла, что происходит с надписями.
oh hey man.
Давайте эквилибри. О, хай, Марк.
Close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body
Oh.
should form to bring this strange music into life. For now,
But just imagine the moves you could pull.
puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even a failed attempt gets the juices flowing and repairs salvation.
Это мы еще успеем. Пофиг. Так, что тут у нас? Давайте с другими еще поболтаем. Ла-лам. А где Человек-паук, кстати? Он не спустится? Ла-лам, ла-лам.
She's whistling a melody. Her trusty contact mic.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. And yes, I'm being more like Contact Michael, right? Don't even bring it up.
О! Но контактный
No,
миг.
no. I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates.
Жаль, НПС не комментирует эти переодевания у них на глазах. Жалко, жалко. Да просто я знаю, что они комментируют. Поэтому как бы пофиг, раз и без штанов. Так.
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Sorna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does. Sure,
О,
you helped us out. I can repay the favor. What do you want to know?
ну, поехали.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much, but earlier today she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artist. Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moved. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on. Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. Who do you want to know about? Andre? He's a cool guy. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries nothing. But then again, there's nothing to... Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he... I've never seen him so psyched about anything, though. And he's often psyched. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
Материнская любви. Блин. Я не помню, я какой коп. Жалкий. Ты зануда. А у меня есть... Давайте апокалипсис прокачаем, мне кажется, надо. Блин, и суперзвезду еще бы докачать. Давайте, расслабься, девочка.
Yeah, drugs, shit.
Yes. Anyway. Yes.
О,
Come to think of it,
This is the first time you've heard her.
he's in some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Who do you want to know about? He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from... He's real hardcore about the lifestyle. What do you mean, do? Like, for a living? He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work. He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself. Sir, I abide by the law.
A strange feeling. Every now and then, something feels off about the way she speaks.
It's just something poor Fallberg kids do every spring. To pass the time. We walk the... I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
господи. Какие ответы страшные.
Yeah. I hope you do. Who do you want to know about? What do you mean? Oh, that. He's the party. And Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward.
Pachu, Pachu. Swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
Ну, ладно, идиотские ответы.
Okay. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something. He basically just stands...
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them.
Ой,
Anyway,
как раз ебал.
Actually, we don't know where he's. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forberg. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puff. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fore. He just wheezed up. People were sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes you wish you'd been there.
Who do you want to know about?
Опять?
Me? Again? I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
Понял, отстал. Ты же заценила музыкальные вкусы Кима. Не припомню.
All right. There is. Is there a law that would stop me from...
That would depend on the circumstances.
Понял,
Thank you.
отстал.
Sure.
О. Блин, опять переодеваться. Давайте попробуем это скорость реакции переодеться. Вся игра из переодеваний. Так, что там на скорость реакции? Хотя в прошлый раз мы переодевались, и все было зря, все равно проверку не прошли. Но постараться-то можно. -1. Так. Во, шапочка. Что еще? Главное, минусов на нее не взять. А, прет. Там можно даже позвонить на радио и заказать для Кима песню. Блин, реально? Офигеть. Так. А где она? Так, поехали. F5. Ну ладно, если получится, то попробуем. Вот низкие шансы. Давайте попробуем.
О! It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Excuse me?
She's attempted to remain calm, but the phrase made her flinch.
What do you mean? All right. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. What do you think? The competition came and took it. So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name. It was a stupid idea, and I'm still...
Aren't there any local authorities?
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the
О,
Debardos.
это она.
Not in person, but I let them know. You can't do anything without the fat ones getting wind. It wasn't too difficult to It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning dad one.
Hear that? Set justice on its feet. Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
Блин. Интересно. Блин, ну Эврар мне не нравится. Он прям противный тип, и мне предлагал, типа, вот тебе, грубо говоря, 500 рублей. Надеюсь, типа, это дело замято. Я первый раз даже взяла что-то, короче, с неразбору. Второй раз не стала. Вернее, там реалы. Вот тебе 15 денег. Давайте потребуем объяснений. Давайте.
No, I don't think it would lead anywhere with Evra.
Yeah.
Have you seen Evra?
Неприятно. Пушку можно вернуть только с его помощью. Так. Вот, давайте. Нужно со всеми
You've
поболтать.
got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
With wonder in his sharp eye,
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore.
О, это мысль моя.
How come?
Давайте посмотрим, что нам это дало. Понятия не имею. Техника? А, мы еще... Не... Не разобрались? Ладно.
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the cell using her contact mic to listen. The one with the large head is blasting the sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk, and in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
Так. Ну пусть вырезает. Что они такого сделали? Я думаю, все хорошо. Я разделяю хардкорные ценности. Во, норм.
Okay.
I don't believe you actually think you did it for all mankind. But whatever keeps you in high spirits is okay by him.
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more. I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me... I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things... Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry. That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature.
He means something paranet.
I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well. A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism.
Ой, я арт-коп.
It's a sub-art of core. Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them.
Ой,
They were really into painting
у меня
everything
привычка
white too.
вырубаться
Virginal
в это
shit, you
время
know? Married shit.
и просыпаться
Virtue and
где-то
tyranny.
в 10:30, потом не спать.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside.
Year after year, flake after flake,
М.
whitewashed clean. Then
Dead bodies of perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came. I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? They had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like them anymore. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it. A Sarai's man who lived a long time ago. An ancient hardcore brother. It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of
the way he says it, the force in false core is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
anodic dance music. Regular...
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
Only a little.
Не круто.
All large human gatherings are narcotic. Ask any such under...
There is a difference between narcotics and group.
The supercharged humanism that the inocentric system has been
Forget it. it would become an imbecilic discussion. You two continue. It's more hardcore that way.
I don't. Fucker giving me the evil eye. I didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it.
О нет.
Dismantle it. Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murder. Mass murder on the floor. I like this question, Cop Man. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you,
Oh.
but they hate me. And they do. Fame is a false existence. It doesn't happen inside the head. The world spirit does not have a body. This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief. Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce. She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against the lot. No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. Likewise, no one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. She invented the beauty you're feeling. Seeing her glass cut as an iconography, then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers. You wouldn't be the first. Millions liked her. She's got those mass murdering lips. Are you a commie cop?
Нет, соврать.
Then it's inexplicable. Whatever.
Я что, коп-коммунист? Во, я догнала суперзвездой зануду. Теперь надо перегнать жалкого копа. Всеми силами перегнать. Почему я не коп апокалипсиса? Тоже вопрос.
What a strange choice of costing. Over. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this win? Why do you keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about that damn.
A mass murderer? Why?
Давайте скажем.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
Красиво. О, мрачно смотреть в пустоту.
The speed freak looks the same way. It is dark there.
Okay. Odd to say, Cop Man. I did get to talk to the... Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic run. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? Love is hardcore. The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a good thing you didn't squash him. Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around. It took us setting out for
А, он
this
типа
whole enterprise
параноик.
our science.
Господи.
It's short for paranoid.
Я первая поняла.
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment. It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves. Nothing. Animals are cool, guys. I like animals too, but that doesn't mean I have to be one myself. I prefer not to. Both asked the wrong question. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being.
Whatever this true life is, You feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
Mental illness is a term the powers use to homogenize people. I think I don't reach mental illness.
Мы еще вот тут
It's
что-то
our
не
only
выяснили.
Yes, having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end. I prefer not the original.
Whatever this
Здесь, не
true
здесь.
It's our only shit. Correct.
His eyes flicker.
But life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself and others. Mankind has seeds of beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods.
Just like that. The speed freak is right. The young man is dead serious about this.
Utmost dedication. Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. Hardcore!
Hardcore.
Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are... Oh yeah, sure thing.
О. Кивай как болванчик. Черт. Давайте это... Сейчас концептуализацию еще сделаем.
They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know.
Так, давайте переоденемся.
Anna Van Eyck. Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revachol, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and discarded part of the song he was working on, just threw it away, and then it ended up in...
Окей. Так, хорошо. Что там у нас было? Концептуализация, да? Опять переодеваемся. Опа, ты можешь еще раз попробовать станцевать. О, отлично. Сейчас. Я просто хотела с этим еще проверочку пройти. Концептуализация нужна. Слабовато. О! Ну, попрёт. Давайте-ка. Давайте проверим.
What's on your mind?
Dedicated,
Хорошо.
hyperactive, unified. You will have to add something of your own to understand this list of test your limits. Surpass them. Dance till you drop. Dance till you die. If you must.
Ха-ха! Капец. Вот это красиво.
That's a good way to go.
Мы какую-то мыслишку нашли. Ладно, пойдемте-ка в жопу семантику. Так, там, по-моему, у нас была эквилибристика, да? Я не помню. Вот надо ее поднять себе. Эквилибристика или скорость реакции? Так. Эквилибристика. Мы, по-моему, не снимали ничего на эквилибристику. По-моему. Тут настолько минусы. У меня есть была куртка хорошая. Так, давайте проверочку.
You close your eyes
Так,
and see the
господи.
shapes your body should form to bring
Я не могу, не
puts a grin on
получается.
salvation.
Goodbye.
Ладно. Эх.
Denarian Church, the place to be.
Vibrations thump through your blue. He stands on stage behind a table, nodding along to the music.
Откуда их
Waving
два?
his hand in the air. In front of him, the audio mix. The other
Что
room
происходит?
is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side, you see.
Yeah! The first page of the second chapter.
Could it be? Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or two.
J'adore! God is close by, but maybe.
Опять один. Так. Нам нужно еще бы, конечно, найти ботинки. Отмойте обувь где-нибудь на кухне. О! Узнайте. Ага. Так, на вторник все решили. Предложите Долорес Дэй фигурки. Вот это мы сделали. Разбогатеть еще нужно, блин. Мы тело не отправили. Отправили тело на экспертизу. Ага. Смех.
Yes, what is it? What? What did you say? I can't hear you. The music is too loud. Oh, the project. It's not there's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers. He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about thanks. Maybe you can get through his. Let me know how it goes.
Окей.
Good morning! To the mega! Yeah! I can route it through. Oh, she uses 3.5.
Oh no, we're going.
Don't worry, I have an adapter. Hang on. This is a 4.5.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let.
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to the Arno will be back! But we're doing something else for one moment. Alright, go tell us that Egghead is.
О, музыку выключили.
Yes, what is it? Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit?
Maximum! Maximum is the.
I know it is, but could you
Pump it to the brick!
see? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air.
Born ready. Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically is suddenly your palms are sweaty. The church seems cold and large.
What?
Да давайте.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged.
No wind outside, no waves. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you. Not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds.
Сейчас витраж расхерачится.
It's out there now. It will devour the floorboards, the glass.
Guys, what's going on? It's getting louder.
In the basins, the water looks like it's...
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way.
The beauty and the beast!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps.
The window is going to come down! No, the roof!
Cracks appear on the stained glass window.
Come down to earth!
Below it, all the base grows. Like the jaws of a giant, it's shaking the building's foundation.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Все умрут. Ну, блин. Давайте отключим эту фигня.
Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you? Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor. The place is gonna come.
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's pop.
This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere. And then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell.
4 years. 22 people.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now.
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again. It was mathematical information from the anomaly. I have no idea.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ear.
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
Расследовал проклятую торговую зону. А это где вообще? Кто там есть из персонажей?
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I
Запертая
doubt
дверь
they
в
have
книжном.
speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
Пыталась ее сломать, можно, типа с ноги, и у меня, по-моему, не получалось. Хотя, по-моему, я куда-то вошла. Можно будет проверить.
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Sulispov. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill.
I don't care, but thank you anyway. Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind...
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez.
Some tiny hard thing lets go. You have an explanation for all this. Somewhere deep in you don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows, could put it together.
Не знаешь про серость? Давайте попробуем логику качать. Кстати, можно прямо здесь. Давайте повысим. Почему нет? И еще на логику одежды на себя наденем. Нет смысла, там пока штраф минус 10. Ладно. Можно что-то узнать. Ладно, пойдемте задание выполнять. Человек в темных очках. Аптечный шкафчик. Белый конверт. Очень много проверок. Надо, знаете, что сделать? Ловушки проверить. На краю земли, далеко на северо-восток от здания Фельд. Где здание Фельд? Сейчас карту посмотрю. Блин, как по этой карте вообще что-то понимать? Фельд. Это здесь. На краю земли, далеко на северо-восток. Север, вверх, восток, вправо. К юго-востоку от деревни. Пойдемте искать ловушку. Вроде аномалия в церкви связана с проклятием торговой зоны. Ага. Ну, попробуем туда сходить. Но я хочу ловушки вначале найти. Здание Фель. Так, здание Фель. Еще подписи надо собрать. Но это мы проверяли же.
Nothing has changed.
Северо-восток. Ну, я знаю, что я иду на юг.
Nothing has changed.
Просто я так по кругу решила пройти. О.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing to
Это мы видели. Так, вот тут что? Мы сюда не можем протиснуться. Завод рядом с деревней. Ага. Значит, это мы идем хижины рыбаков. Там наверху нет прохода. О.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime.
No. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works.
О, есть какой-то такой вход. Интересно, как я к нему пройду?
You see, a slogan used to
Вот
intertwine
это
with
Фельд.
the loops a long time ago. Now only a shadow of...
Looks like tomorrow never.
Так. Мы подошли к зданию Фельд. У нас в задании было далеко на северо-восток от здания Фельд. Пошли на северо-восток. куда-то сюда.
An old door, worn.
It's military. The washerwoman.
Ну, походу нет, но надо проверить. Да, ничего нет. Во-во.
This trap's not too hard to spot. The reeds shake sadly in the coast. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end. So nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done. Of course.
Ой,
Noted.
я не это хотела сказать. Так, давайте смотреть следующее. Ловушка рядом с каналом, который вы пересекли к юго-востоку от деревни. Это, наверное, хижины рыбаков, от них юго-восток, еще правее. Так, где канал? Это канал? О. Так, только заметил, зачем ты побрила Гарри. Потому что смогла. Это стоило мне немалых усилий. Так, все. Здесь мы осмотрели, получается, да? Мы еще и ухмылку с его лица убрали. Ну, не то чтобы сильно лучше как-то стало. Я думала, там вообще будет хорошо. Но такое. Так, как перейти это? Давайте перейдем. О. А мы тут-то были вообще? Что это за место? Это там. Блин. Тупо. Такое, а кто это там? Мы там прям были. Очень хорошо так. Нам нужно уговорить тетку.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves Lillian should let her sword make her decisions. The girl just doesn't have the head for it. Either way, I won't sigh. Lillian's not the only one.
She wanted to see if you would do it, and if she would.
I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men, then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
Давайте попробуем, почему нет?
Logic and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go for shameless emotional manipulation. What's the grandmother's deepest vulnerability?
Но это судьба. Если бы не получилось, то и не получилось. Я даже не старалась. Какой бабулик самое слабое место?
The grandmother card will do the trick. Last chance to turn back.
What do you mean? I raised my own kids in this village and they are doing fine for themselves. They are good kids. No, they moved to Faubourg for work. Well,
You've got her. Now just read.
then
Wait. Let her come to it herself.
I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change. I won't be around much longer anyway. Not with the dampness in my bones. If they want to take a chance, who am I to... Did you say something?
Reluctantly, she takes the pen from your hand, scribbles her name on the line, and hands
See that you didn't just get us all screwed. I might be half blind.
Let's go mail it.
He's not dissatisfied with you, but with himself.
Он разочарован не в тебе, а в себе. Почему?
Huh? I like to see him try.
That doesn't make her.
Get out of here, trying to win my day. And at youth center, I wield an army of drunks. Do not underestimate the effect.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. It's signed by Isabel Sadie. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by
I should have seen it. The people in the village are going to move. All we can do now is not mail these to Evrata content. Your gun would probably stay missing, though. Let's go get it then.
Так, что у меня там еще есть? Он без бакенбард выглядит как ушлепок. Ну, это только первое время, потом привыкаешь. Так, давайте ловушку. Юго-востоку. Это что за домик? Во-во-во, ура, ура, получилось!
It takes you a moment, but finally, the reeds bend forlornly. The constant, distant song, louder on this part. The trap feels light and silent as you... No locus. No phasmid either, but still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it...
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Крипторасследование.
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptos.
Так, мы сделали. Теперь возвращайтесь в танцы. Отлично, нужно вернуться в танцы. Возвращаюсь в танцы. В церковь пойдем. Так. Эврар. Подписи. Орудие убийства надо найти. Ну давайте отправим тело жертвы на экспертизу. Так. Что еще? И помыть в клубе в этом же обувь. Мы можем это прям телепортнуться вот так, вроде бы. Ага. Фиг там. Фиг там мы можем это сделать. Как мы вообще перебрались? По-моему, как-то тут, да? Давайте здесь и переберемся. О. Можно еще что-нибудь купить. Так, что тут у нас есть?
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Ботинки не помыть при Киме? Блин.
Sure. Let me have a look.
Какая-то у меня броня есть.
Another time.
Ботинки с гниющей плотью. Давайте их продадим, что будет.
Hello, hello. Sure. All right. Let's see it. Oh no, 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 no. I don't need. Besides, this gear costs a fortune. There's no one in Martinez with that kind. Another time, perhaps.
Может, купим? Хотя я тут уже все 20 раз пересмотрела. Видимо, так. Блин, жалко ботинки не помыть. Да как так-то? Может, получится? Здесь, по-моему, что-то было еще. Броня пригодится. Да, это я понимаю. Я знала, что я ее там не смогу продать. Самообладание, минус трепет. В принципе, можно купить. Но как-то не прям супер.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Everything's still cool.
Тут какая-то штучка.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100. Oh, very interesting choice, officer.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. All right, but these actually make your vision. Yes.
Wow, officer. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have...
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician.
Класс.
But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Кайф. Господи, спортивный козырек с лягушкой. Очечки. И есть еще саморазрушение. Но мне нужен козырек с лягушкой. Давайте все возьмем. Давайте возьмем очки. Так, давайте попробуем. Хочу козырек с лягушкой. Ну да. Прохладненько, наверное. И очки новые. Класс. Так. Дерево мы что-то доставали. Вот балкон я не видела. Пойдемте в клуб. Попробуем помыть ботинки. Просто еще поздновато ложиться спать ему.
Oh, Host Almighty. He's a total bummer now.
Yes. Yes.
He find
We all go.
We are both.
It is what I just don't know.
Так, по-моему, еще рано там что-то куда-то звонить, выяснять. Иначе бы мне написали. Вот здесь что-то было. Ну, давайте концептуализацию. Так, хорошо. Мы тут всего к ней добавили как раз. Вроде бы. По-моему, да. У нас как бы самый тот набор. Да.
stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. Wait. There's
О!
something here. Stored away.
Так. У зеркала всегда температура нулевая, как лед по венам. Отражение рентген.
Whoa. What else?
Словно потир, что принимаешь на причастии безмолвном. Потир — это такая чаша,
Silent communion. That's good.
где изумленно рот разявив, меняешь личность, никогда не бывшую твоей.
Dang. That's some
Он
great
только сказал,
shit.
нихера себе.
You came up with that yourself.
Did you?
Во-во-во.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours. Fucking hey. Seems I got you all wrong. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really... I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
Я не помню, он...
It's like,
Все с
whatever's
ним
going on, anything
обсудили.
else. Us lorry drivers, not my thing.
Да вроде все обсудили. Хорошо, это мы стишок ему рассказали. Еще у нас там что-то какой-то чувак был в очках. Ладно, пойдемте в дом. Давайте посмотрим, что у нас там было. А, мыть ботинки. Еще, кстати, дверь. Дверь была...
The man ponders his cooking utensil. The man takes another drag. It doesn't matter. You can always talk your way out if things go sour. This industrial gas-powered stove.
What are you planning to do? Throw a dinner party?
Whatever you had planned, you have to do it. The stove is unmoved.
Да блин. Ладно. О, криптозоологи.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Да я и сам.
I knew it.
I'm not surprised. It's all...
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude.
Ла.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull.
Oh, you don't want to hear it.
Ramblings. Nonsense.
But, darling, I didn't even...
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary.
Reflexively, the lieutenant...
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand. Ah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
She'd just started forming memories. Real.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just... I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud.
Where did you go? Don't.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed...
So that's how they met.
It did, yes.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white. Like if it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my
В
faith in my
очках это
profession.
лол. Который чувак? О, я поняла, но я не помню, где он. Я что-то такого даже не видела.
Our first, yes.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration report.
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be...
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know.
So she couldn't have made it up.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. You trying to tell us you saw the Insul Indian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here.
В очках и в парике рядом стоит.
They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop
Сейчас
dreaming.
посмотрю.
But I saw it.
I thought it was a wonderful story.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up...
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate that.
And she could get up and walk. right into the reeds on her own, into the mud. Anyway.
Так. Еще посмотрим. Ты класс. Какой галстук. Супер. С восьмиглазым тераторном. Мне нравится. Он очень нам идет. Так. Вот этот? Он не... Это еще кто? Больше я пока никого не видела в очках.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for...
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still
Thanks.
He's still glad his friends stood up for him.
Good. Okay. And? Completely empty?
No locusts?
That's not ideal.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is...
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near...
Yes. The Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and his...
Another trip to the reeds.
Of course. Be sarcastic.
Это не был
Unless you have an
сарказм.
alternative Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us.
Heartfelt gratitude. But some kind of foul...
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return.
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a problem. Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity?
97%.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though you should ask the red-headed boy, Kuna.
A little hooligan.
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long.
Delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight.
After this is your last chance.
Really, Gary?
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere.
Прикольно, он как Джейсон Фандербергер
I know the
разговаривает.
mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it.
Ой.
Even if
I'm
it's
sorry.
false. Morel, it's been fun. Really. But I need...
No. No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more...
Спросите Куна. С ловушками сыграет в финале, господи.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
Гэри криптофашист.
I mean, officers.
Так. Где этот чувак? Вот этот в очках?
Again?
Да.
I can't believe this shit.
Ну, мы можем одеть на себя полицейско-волновую одежду. У нас есть, кстати. На стру есть много, вот, не то. Эх. Полицейская волна. На-на-на-на-на. На-на. Ну, там, по-моему, полицейская волна — это вот такое официальное, да? Так, мы взяли волна и анализ, а здесь волна и трепет. Королевство совести, эмпатия. Ну, это все, что можно. Главное, чтобы минуса не было нигде. Фигня какая-то. Давайте. 83.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you.
Oh, I definitely know you from
Another life.
Yes, from another life. To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
57?
I think even in this fictional reality, the 57th would still...
My condolences. Go ahead. Have another guess.
41?
Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Somewhere good. Okay, Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's
Мой
that for a thought
напарник.
experiment?
Ким клевее.
I'm sure he's fucking flattered, but Kim is not part of
The lieutenant is silent.
None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely and the conclusion is that a man with your Oh no, no, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crime.
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms.
Жан жжет.
Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang. Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is.
He's trying to protect you from further rough. Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that.
Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you went. No, because in this thought experiment, we are police officers.
Come on, stop it.
Let's be crazy. Let's say. Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind, partner.
I'm not your partner. This union.
A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably. When that happens, I suggest
The lieutenant merely bows his head in response.
let's be crazy.
Давайте
Let's say you
попробуем.
and I are partners. Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Okay. How about you stop wasting my time and get on with whatever you
еще
were doing
попытка.
then? Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I. Would you now? Oh God, I'd hate for that to happen. You know what might help prevent that though? You doing your fucking job.
Ну, мы как бы так и знаем. Так.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are. Would you now, or would I be? Oh God, I'd hate you doing your fucking job.
И какая разница, если эти все варианты беру, не пойму.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for thought?
Ладно.
I'm sure
The lieutenant is silent.
none taken. And the conclusion is
It's a mere second.
Так, окей, мы это сделали, эту проверку. Пойдемте, по-моему... Что нам нужно сделать? Давайте посмотрим. Сюда. Так, к этому пойти Куна спросить про тараканов. Подписи мы... бросьте почтовый конверт. Мы можем пока просто к нему прийти, что-то поспрашивать у него. Разбогатеть еще нужно. Не помню, зачем этот мужик.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just, yes, just cross it off the list.
Ну, мы же спросили.
I can't. I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. God fucking shit.
None of this is okay. I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent.
Хорош. Так, вот этот ничего не хочет. Вот с этим, по-моему, у нас тоже ничего.
It's you again. What is it?
Как же он долго подходит. Мы можем тело отнести на экспертизу. И еще открыть дверь. Качаться в грубую
All
силу.
around you, rain falls on the great. The spring thaw must be here. Looking up at the sky, Cold water dripping from your hat.
О,
Grey sky like great battleships. Clouds collide. Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain, while the city, sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to... Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor, Couronne, the lower middle class, a silvery curtain of red. You have never been there. They don't need the law. Capeside apartments. Hallways collapse from the mortarheads. The news at noon.
Вначале это было бы прям полезно.
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinez, where no one, standing in the rain, looking north. In the rain-swept distance, your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain sting. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Ну да, я в этой кепке. Так, пойдемте. О.
Does Kuno care? No, Kuno does.
So he knows Locust.
Oh my god, I told you that shit.
Shut up.
Now they're gonna take.
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Deny everything,
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should...
Kuno doesn't fuck.
Где же там это было? Вот там. Ну туда так просто не пройти. Пойдемте к Эврару. А, нет, вот со свиньей. Но мы туда, куда надо пришли.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of like skyscrapers, spires.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well. Oh, I'm not being sarcastic.
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the... But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The phasmid...
I'll let you handle the Kuno.
Так, пойдемте.
Fuck, does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the bugs.
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
They're not pets. Don't you know what locusts are?
Stop!
You stop. It's like they're fucking night.
There's a tug of war over the name of the girl. Forces herself to watch again. The corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how...
An artist? Maybe...
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
Oh my god, Kuno!
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his... Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself in. Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping. So that's what this is about.
I don't believe.
For once, the boy is lost for work. Use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation.
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Блин, у меня снег падает. Бедный Ким приставили напарником к такой эксцентричной личности. Да. Падает снег на подоконник очень громко.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence. Just
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all. The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
he recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying.
Неплохо. Так. Идем к криптозоологам. И еще в библиотеку. По дверь ломать. Еще мы вот к этой тетке в прошлый раз ходили, я помню. Что-то он не мог против нее устоять.
Hello, officer. So it was just a
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news.
Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to
Darling, I told you to take it easy.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season when it's warmer.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine. It's
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel.
Wow. Co-discovery. This would show them all. We need to get you on that list.
Так, нам дали саранчу. Да? Найти фазмида. Опять. Угу. Я помню, какая. Я помню. Давайте в шкаф вначале проверим. Он там неподалеку. Так, и тело еще. Тело. Ой, почтовый ящик потом. Шкаф здесь был. Четко.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. I suppose it's all over now. Just a door. This place is cursed. I hope you're happy now. Happy.
Host Almighty, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity? You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney? Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened.
Девчонка, что ли,
If you're
художница.
really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the front.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving it.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits, the curse.
is so much worse than you could imagine. It's the curse of financial distress.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived.
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negative...
Wow. Void, such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even the wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies... Oh, this! No, it's a special Himian amulet. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed.
Гарантированно повышает продажи на 15%.
Questionable way to describe a group of people.
Yes, the Simonees are very crafty, and their wards are extremely...
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and...
Okay, but please...
The woman before...
Ладно. А мы исследовали это.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog. No, it's just a memory from another.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. No one does until they... It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. Right.
Some areas are
Я думала, мы тут все уже исследовали. Ну, вообще исследовали. Отсюда штуку доставали. Вот это все смотрели.
Your flashlight, some of the writing.
А, найти зловредную сущность в дымоходе. Вот это. Это мы не делали. Можно на анализ тела отправить. А вот дымоход.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Something breaks loose in you.
Hello?
You've awakened the entity.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you.
You hear a low rumble.
After you, officer.
Так. Ну, пойдемте, кстати, тело отнесем на экспертизу. О, отлично! Давайте сходим тогда на крышу. И получается, потом Ким уедет, и я пойду мыть сапоги. Это же шикарно. Так. Дверь на крышу открыли. Это где вообще? Здесь. Нет? Да блин. Ну тут мы ружья достали.
A few bricks have fallen off.
Seems like an old bank.
Это видели. Тебе назад надо. Ты, наверное, вот сюда.
Yes?
Ну, мне кажется, сюда. И куда-то выше. Да? Ну, походу, сюда. Тут ничего нет. Вот тут. О. О, так это же ДНД. ДНДшный кубичный мастер.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Hmm.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. So what kind of...
Could this be the malicious entity? She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to... Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make...
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with role-playing games. You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Mm-hmm. Ну, я люблю.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part. This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay.
Это правда.
And role players as customers?
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on. She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Ух ты, класс.
What do you mean by cursed? Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die.
Давайте посмотрим, какие еще.
Maybe you have some other... Ah, yes. Fortress Accident, the Wirrow Untethered die, is a variation of a standard rope.
Ice, death.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, it's an icosy tetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided.
Loving it. So nifty.
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin. Maybe you have some other... A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided die? 10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours. It's true, magnetic dice are definitely different. When rolled together, the magnetic fields of the pips interact with each other. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice? A normal die? I'm a novelty dice maker. I don't... Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Come on now. Be a little creative. How about an amber die?
Okay.
Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those... I had a feeling...
Ну, сейчас я выберу себе
просто...
О!
I think I have just the right one for you.
Police colors.
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious... Here, catch.
A beautiful woman
Oh.
tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
Слишком долго думал.
Mr. Smooth Moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Подмигнем.
What are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with...
She winked back at you. Can you believe?
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else? Nothing really.
Who cares about the dead body? We might. The lieutenant looks at his notebook.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer. Well, there's always something going on. During daytime, there are usually those kids.
She's not sorry to disappoint you, informing on someone in a murder investigation.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have...
It's light here, but dark.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside.
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instruments before her. She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to be...
Plaisance was right. There's an entity.
Create here.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing
14 лет.
enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it? Malignant entity? What does that even mean?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
So I'm the grand dragon in the cave. Might I ask what supports this claim? Ethereal?
No, it's the troubled color of her energetic vibrations.
Of course you do. Show me a person in Martinez who doesn't have. If you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the...
Plaisance needs to hear about this. Perhaps if you combine your psychic energies, you will make sense of the situation.
Нашел 2-миллиметровую прореху в реальности.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone's...
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous or...
Андрогин Орландо.
They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out...
You wouldn't like it either. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitev's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when... Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, You mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martin.
It's not really full of that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around. Oh, this one's a mess. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front, and they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway, and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-Rosas. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No. Anything else? There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Really? Anyway.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard.
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to... Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula, or Tiumotiri, or Hashtkor, or what, the usual, I imagine. But he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. I have no idea why those skis and blades are...
They were just the props. Why return them?
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal. Money and time, the usual. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
And so it's producing something extraordinary.
Something strains her face before...
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revershow ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Жесть, снег падает с карнизов.
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about, and they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. Eventually, Ravishell ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece. Out of regular, maybe. Because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely... He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his...
Sounds cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Oh.
Do you? Well, good luck keeping it anyway. Now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Little sparkling embers are outside its light. Light scatters from the...
Anything else? Another failed business? Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless, right? You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the...
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom commercial.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is my advice. Don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography...
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
Что такое трик-трак?
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company.
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
Давайте прищуриваться.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Давайте трепь. Сейчас.
Tremble. The time is now. Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and Ulogu Theos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osithian. Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words. The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We...
Так. О, нет, я слишком жалок. Так, пора эти жалкие штуки. Я прям подозревала, что я их вкачала. Убирать. Давайте посмотрим. Ой, куда делся? Мы можем попробовать забыть гомосексуальное подполье. Ладно. Так. Что там?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Я бы
Of course.
хотела.
Tell me what you have in mind. A star that fell from the firmament? Those... All right. Maybe some other die then?
Не. Зачем мне еще дайсики? Давайте
No
пока не
need to
будем.
rush. Take a look around.
Мне
see if
нужен был
anything is-
трепет. Все, вспомнила. У меня есть курточка на трепет. Футболка на трепет. Давайте наденем. Ой. Ну, давайте так.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed.
Didn't we already talk about this? What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins.
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from? You're right. I should take a trip to the room. Does it mean that I'm safe from...
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces. She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away.
Do you know what this is? It's a mourning ring.
Oh.
I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable... No, you're right. I didn't. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney? Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire... That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you... It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer. I'm listening. Good.
Давайте подразблокируем, еще каких-нибудь мыслей себе сделаем. Мне кажется, прикольно. Так. Блин, как же у них много. Это недоступные. Феминистическая повестка. Так. Что будет выбрать? Прикольно. Гийом. Хочу какую-нибудь мысль. Я думаю, можно что-нибудь выбирать и там куда-нибудь убирать, например. Надо сильно так не париться. Возьмем себе... Так, это слишком. Генератор даты рождения. Будем пробовать, не знаю. Так. Рассказать плезанции. Пойдемте расскажем. Я бы кубик еще купила. Давайте кубик куплю. Я хочу...
It's you again. Are you looking for a die? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Давайте возьмем... Ну, не, давайте самую крутую возьмем.
A star that fell... Yes, you depend real. And great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
О, хорош. Хорош. Даже опыт дадут. Так, пойдемте к плезанции. Где выход? Да, чего только нет. Манекены, всякая фигня. Спортзал. Так, фонарик убираем. И берем что-нибудь в руку. Возьмем. Я никак не могу использовать штуки. Они у меня перестали работать. Вот, например, я больше не могу использовать предметики. Возьмем лом. Пакет помоешь. Хотя это мы уж там подбирали. Давайте, может, все-таки магнитофон. Визанция.
What have you found? And also, a novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her...
The narrative she's built herself. Just don't say you don't have any. To hell with it. Perchance you've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Oh, how horrid! Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse? Guillaume le Million? The singer who made that awful face? Well, all that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this...
She so badly wants this to be over. It will only last a day or two. A week tops.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should...
Так. Накормить, спросить Эврара. Пойдемте Эврара спросим. И спросим... Кто такой Тит Харди? Потребуйте у Классье. Где Классье? Там еще, кстати, девчонка. Можно и Классье у себя в номере в гостинице. Пойдем. Я как раз к девчонке иду.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Why?
Why must we stop?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Потратить очки навыков на внушение. Ну, давайте потратим. Внушение. Ох, у меня и так много внушения. F5.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Sure, she's all draped up in ironic detachment, but
Great. A little foray into the art world.
Blah, blah. I'm not.
told you, turn it around. It's the seller who wields the power in this relationship.
Uh-oh, you're manipulating me. I do like a chance to rip off some stupid... Okay, whatever, Piggy. Time to leech off each other like the parasites we are.
Even the lieutenant
Here. Happy?
Interesting. You can immediately see multiple ways to interpret this piece. Remember, this is a buyer's market. You're the one who's in charge of pricing. She juts out her hand, letting you examine the piece.
Well, Piggo, what do you...
The angle of the paint drops reveals that it's one of those ink blot tests, an invitation to connect with the divine.
It's a sign. Better pay up, or you'll anger the terrible beast from... What did you say? Signature? Oh yeah, Pigster. I sneezed while holding a wet brush. Paint flecked onto the canvas, and voila! You don't get that's what I said, Piglet. 67,000...
Remember, this isn't about the art or the artist. This lowball her. The wretched are used to rolling with the punches.
Да, у меня есть еще вопрос.
Ask away. What about it? That it? Alright. It'll...
Splendid. Your first physical asset. But no time to stop. Money grows old unless it keeps moving. You need to find a buyer. Preferably someone. Nah. She'd probably send the entire Wild Pines legal team after you if she knew you were trading goods around. Doing business with communist dictatorships only works and become a small-time art peddler. There must be someone around here with heavy pockets and an interest in the local art. I got some vibes from that container you moved with the crane in the harbor. Let's see.
Look at us. Coming to an agreement. Anything else you want?
Прикольно. Вот, разбогатейте у нас получается. Так, в гостинице в номере. А я не помню, кстати, с Джойс, что там, как у нее дела.
You're back. Good.
Ну, с ней ничего. У себя в номере в гостинице. Дом. А в каком? Что это вообще за чувак?
Give me a moment.
Так, тут никого. Какой классе, блин, я вообще у себя в номере. На балконах, может?
This door is made of no one answers.
Let's go. There's nothing.
Я не помню, блин, кто это. Закрыть, да? Или мне лом нужен какой-то. Или ключ. Это... Все не то. Сейчас погуглим. Это женщина, господи, это женщина, это женщина. Я вообще забыла, что это женщина. Что мне от нее надо? Ага. Так. И этот Эврар. Значит, пойдемте. Да блин, я не пойму. Типа классе, как будто какой-то мужик. И тут не так много, по-моему. Хотя не, много женщин. Так, к ней в номер. И потом еще на крышу к этому, в контейнер, короче. Контейнер.
Always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate.
I understand. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I should have known.
This is good. Clear the air first. No, it's not good. It's the shush. I can't hear what she... Let the miss speak. She's tall.
Why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Так, коп суперзвезда. Почти догнали жалкого. Не хватает апокалипсиса. Блин, я ультралиберал. Хороший коп и плохой коп. 14. Это как вообще?
You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension...
Briefly glancing over her shoulder, a grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, golden grey in the moonlight. The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Last week, Angus and Titus's brother.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal.
What exactly did?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of with a bigger company. The kind you really...
I need the names of the companies involved.
The job was Lou's-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate.
But she really...
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. It is. Many people lost their job. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
One of them killed themselves because of me. How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it? By bargaining, then. I do that too.
Around her, a drop in the atmospheric pressure. Not long from now, she's already in prison here for what happened. And she's prepared to never leave.
We were there. Together. In bed. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shut. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb.
A great pain moves through her.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the I waited for the second shot to come. For me.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh. So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen?
11:30 to 12:15.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines.
Did you hear or see the shoot?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the end.
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there.
Это, кстати, прям интересно.
The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and...
Ruby?
Ruby. You know,
the leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when...
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Does she also party with Ruby, however?
No.
Still, there is something there.
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. She said she'd take care of this. That's what she does, you know, take care of things.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity.
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bath. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. He carried him out. I knew it. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much? What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before. It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other.
When he was shot? I may have.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
What? Why would I put myself through this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know.
It could have been a desire. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those sites.
She might have been a tad disingenuous. Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work. I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before.
She simply shakes her head.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard that. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What?
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, is that you'll get nothing from there. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, he kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not, oh God. That was a lie too.
Ведь ложь без слова девы быть не может.
She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat. She nods, silently. He's thinking, or should we arrest her? She's a flight. No, that won't be necessary. Just this guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her. Who? What? Dear Lord, you've been lied to. She could have killed her. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Take it easy. Don't overcompensate. Yes. Start at the top. See?
Дьяволица.
There may be grounds here. At least.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name.
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commencer. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
Они с Аранью тоже
I
не
know.
прав.
They can never take my
Yes, they can. For lying.
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
Could it mean Glasia is an alacronym for Katarzyna Alazie?
It was a sentimental thing. I want it to be more me.
A nickname. Who gave you this nickname?
A teenage boy. A million years ago.
Я буду звать вас мисс Танцовщица Аранская. Ну нет, давайте типа по имени.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist.
No. It's submerged in a plastic boy on the coast.
Falsified document.
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful...
West of the boardwalk. In the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. It's useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here.
She nods, her back straight, ready for...
What? I did. What is this? There was an older woman on the other end.
That is the... Anyone could know that, sire. By
What time did you make...
Thursday night.
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you, officer, but I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
She purposefully fucking mind. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please no.
But there's nowhere to go. A two-story drop to the plot.
I think I know who did it. I know who shot Leslie. You know it wasn't me. Why would I do it? I have no motive.
She's silent for a second, as if looking in, gearing up for this betrayal.
Ruby. She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. Sex. And more. I made the mistake of when I started spending time with Lely. She told me to end it. Said there would be shit.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret.
Yes, but what was their relationship outside this unequal power dynamic?
We spent a lot of time together, listening to the radio and such.
What was that question about? She's feeding. It also has startlingly little to do with arresting her, you suddenly realize.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Yet again, you're coming up with this. The worst thing is, it may be true.
She could have had access to the roof. She could have come to the roof through that, then taken the shot.
Then slipped back downstairs without...
Interesting theory. Did she know that?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink. She came over one night, drunk. Said she'd turn. She's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line.
Some of that fear is still... What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll... Okay, arrest them. She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you. Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Давайте арестуем.
Still? After all this, sir, please. But I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into...
She's gearing up for a last stand. This is it.
I don't know. to spend my days with smoke, drink, and you have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive. I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own. In 2 months.
You do have the form.
That's it. I'm calling it. Definitely, sire.
Everything could change. This city.
There is desperation there, in that silence.
Maybe Ravishol could be free. I could be trying.
A free Revachol. There is a low, distant rumble.
I find that hard to believe, miss.
It's coming.
The world can change. It's
Her political overture. This was her last card. There is nothing more she can say. The final decision is yours. She looks at you inside. Wait. If you arrest her, Kim, shut up. He's making a decision, and it's his to make.
Так. Что бы сделать? Привлекать... Ну, типа, пусть сидит, можно повестку выписать. Ну, давайте не будем. Или арестуем. Ну, свалит она, наверное. Да, арестовать, наверное. Блин, сложно, нужно подумать. Сложно. Ну, а куда она свалит? Она, типа, здесь будет сидеть. Ну, может, куда-нибудь и свалить, или ее кто-нибудь убьет. Давайте не будем ее арестовывать. Давайте не будем.
I won't, sir.
She nods. Then
Okay.
Окей.
she slowly lights another cigarette. You are. This is not the end of this.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand. She slowly
Давайте
lights
трепет
another.
попробуем качнуть. Трепет. Блин, я, по-моему, надевала все трепетное на себя. Наверное. Во, галстук есть +1 трепет. Давайте попробуем. Я бы какую-нибудь крутую майку надела. У меня, по-моему, не очень. Хотя ладно.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Nothing happens. There is a mass of the sky is low and cold.
So, officer.
Так, буй, парни Тита.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Давайте попробуем грубую силу надеть. У меня есть вещи на грубую силу, это стопудово. Это было. Прям что-то мощное было. все. Господи. Да.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style.
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Так, спускаемся. Да блин, дайте спуститься. Вот так спускается.
This window is pristine on the inside. Unlike the one, golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions from the roof outside. Location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona. Behind, the man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
От этой двери есть ключ.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind, 72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belma grave. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't. That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes. According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations. B prime for Boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests. If it would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going...
Прикольно. Блин, кайф. Так, парни Харви.
It's you again. What is it? Why? Sounds like you wanna push this. Ruby's one of us.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation...
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised that...
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back. A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its...
Because she was here. He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away.
She was here all night, 11:30 to 12:15. She...
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No. All right, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too.
That's probably for the best.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she...
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for some time. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims.
Не говори ничего странного,
Remember,
хорошо.
You can still mess this up.
Опытный боец самбо мог бы забраться по стене, как паук. Ну, давайте не портить.
Why not? You can't draw straight. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you. 72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab? Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. Nah, the only way up
Опять
there
упал
is
снег.
through Clausia's room.
Там еще такая штука, что у соседей сбоку размоталась лента, такая бумажная, на окне, и они заклеивали его, видимо, снаружи. Типа как от мумии, она такая зеленая и мотается, когда дует ветер. Кажется, как будто что-то от дома отрывается. Такое прям по-хэллоуински, я бы сказала.
We've only been drinking here for what? Been thinking of getting what? There you go. Tatted on his ass.
No, but that... It's just 2 doors. We're not giving you Ruby for that.
What if those 2 doors are connected, Eugene? Is that your... If they are connected, she could have gone to the kitchen, gone up, shut him.
Yes, she could have. This is one long shot. All right, I'll play alone. What winch? On the side of the building. You can see it from the...
I've seen the winch.
Fuck off, man.
Мне нравится про самбо.
Garbage. It wasn't a Sambo artist call.
It's never a Sambo fighter, and it's never...
Or ghost. It's never a ghost either. Don't worry, we've got...
I told you not to say that. This is not a joking matter for him.
Да ничего, у меня, блин, знаете, сколько боевого духа? Просто жесть.
Firmly. Try shit on a stick. And even then, our route doesn't put that bullet in.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
God damn. That's just about your...
You were warned not to bring it up.
Oh.
Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
Okay, cop. She's got connections.
That's all you needed. Doubt.
You lost your gun?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? Sure. Take your sorry ass out of here.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You...
This was merely a thought exercise.
Then why the fuck was he asking you for your gun, huh?
That's a solid logic structure. Do something. This is bad.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. This goes against your everyone has a gun theory.
You don't know. Just be honest.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you.
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock.
So she may
Нужно будет купить зелье здоровья.
automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination. That looks antique. A Bell McGray. It's inoperable.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. also broke.
God damn it. We need to close that.
It's a goddamn breech loader, too. Find one that works. You gotta...
He sees it. This is time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroomed Deathbringer in the evidence bag.
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed off.
Whoa. Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible. You have been thorough. I'll give you that. Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72...
Just making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't all fit. We are just sharing info, candidly.
I don't knock up. Why don't you... Easy now, Al.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we?
Phase 3. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Not so useful. Yeah, like what? The what?
You're going to have to be way more blunt here. The big man fought.
Yeah, but they're both...
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked classier.
Это паранатуральное явление. Либералы подучили. Давайте.
Fuck you. First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a who? It's...
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than...
I did. I knew it. That she didn't fuck you. Cause you're 40 and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to...
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass. Figures. But that Ruby is. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others.
If that's the case, then it's not right.
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
And I suppose you have a theory about that too.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort?
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Ну, наверное, найти-то не надо, он не представляет. Давайте же.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why?
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she...
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she's skipped town. This is good. Silence. The old man, a very small nod. This is the only option he...
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been... I don't know where she went. She just got up. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she would...
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is...
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. She's not far. We know.
Good fucking luck, man.
Yeah, Al. And
she's not really, hardy.
she's not, Glenn. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word. I told you. You. Yes, you.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
О,
Sure, the human experience. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own. She said you have a funny taste until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jim.
Fucking hell.
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now,
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though.
Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock. Something more. Of course, I should have known. Concentrate.
A little.
Where have you looked for?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Sure, there's some shit houses there, a cinder block town. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash.
We will start there. One more question.
Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
девочка из клуба.
The what now?
She said she's building a...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She's...
This guy barely
There you have it. Hail something.
It feels like you'll get to know. Soon enough.
It'll have to.
Давайте пожмем.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your suicidal head? I already am.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Root.
Странно. Охренеть, сколько всего. Так, нужно купить лечилку. Я бы от Кима избавилась. Ну,
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Rube. Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Classier. Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash? Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere. Good point. It is rather rare these days. True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid.
так, пойдемте в аптеку. И еще что-то спросим у этого Эврара. Так, мужик, ты как?
Looking for something odd?
The tear machine stand. Your bottles clunk into the machine.
Угу.
Is this about the questions again? Because, wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. Anything else I...
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you by...
Пить.
A colorful display of...
Again, I'm obliged
Этим мы
to
не
inform
умеем
you that...
пользоваться. Увы.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and...
Okay, here. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste... Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste... Okay, here. Okay, here.
Хорошо. Пойдемте влезем.
Right to work! Right!
Пойдемте зайдем. И контейнер осмотрим. Я что-то не помню, чей это дом вообще.
The file cabinet stands, the drawer slides shut.
Дом. Ага. Так, нам нужен контейнер. Так, как нам вскрыть контейнер?
There, in that container you moved, there's something rich in there. Opening the door. You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not been... Step aside, rank and file. Whoa, how did he get it? Thank you, thank you. Now, are you ready? At first, you're just like that. You hear...
Что?
You can't be serious.
Что? Что? Как? Как? Боже! Нам капец. Что это?
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more, but the feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face. Trying to visualize the physics at play is in the general stillness. Only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Welcome. Sunny, was it? Make yourself a...
You can't hear him exactly yet.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen? Who am I? Oh, anyhow, my name is Rustam Diodore, investor.
We've hit the big time. This is the man who's going to make you rich.
Mr. Diodore, I think there's been some confusion. His name is, in fact, not Savvy. Let's start over. I am Lieutenant...
Pleasure to meet you, Raphael. I'm surprised...
It is not.
Oh, don't you worry, Lieutenant. I can tell a good man...
Oh, Lord, not this again. Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around... And yet, it never...
It's quite alright. I'm used to that. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not. I gotta tell you, but then, once you've reached, some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. Precisely, Mr. Cousteau. You know, a nightmare scenario. Where we are right now, the freedom of mankind can only be there. It is truly. It's all.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place?
What do you mean? Are you talking about my chin? Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though it's some statistical thing. In essence, it says that when an extremely low net worth individual meets an extremely high net worth, among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire. That's good.
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed.
Yes.
О, он не видит
I
этого.
imagine that does look strange to you. My container traveling. This is a great... By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly? Reversal. I remember walking. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high, there simply aren't enough hours a day to handle food. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure smart, no? And also luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois. Don't get me wrong. They're nice things.
He speaks from the heart. He has very different problems compared to low net worth individuals such as yourself. For example, no.
What? No, I do not say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone.
Could you please stop asking everyone for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
It's perfectly alright. As you may know, us high net worth individuals, here is 3 real. How much can you get for this? That's the idea, my friend. You've got to. Maybe you can make that money grow.
These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water.
Немыслимо изложить надежный план. Мыслимо предложить план инвестиций.
There it is. I knew it. It's the art market, you say. Possibly. As I said, I don't carry much money on my person. But to go on, what are you thinking? Yes, the special note.
It's a secret handshake of the ultra-rich, distributed.
But I'm getting sidetracked. Tell me about your business proposal. I'm all a painter. I'm always looking to expand into new asset classes. Who's the artist? Not even a pseudonym? Original? I don't think any of my friends have any. No, not even him. He might have someone else to enter the name of the piece.
There's no sign of a react.
Wonderful things, aren't they? Names. They can completely change your before I invest, I need to know more about the work.
This is the only question that matters. Remember, you're not just selling. The comfortably wealthy want their views challenged when making a purchase. Don't hold back.
Так, дали повод что-то переосмыслить.
I see. I'll be honest.
Why are you letting this opportunity slip away?
Please, if there's something I'm missing, I'd love to know what it is. Let's you immerse yourself in
Complete nonsense. Both carpery and what you just said. Can't bathe in thoughts.
like a hell of a trip.
Great work.
Well, I think that settles it. You found them. However, there are a few complications. I don't have the cash on me.
Shares. That's even better. You can do a lot with them if you play your cards right.
It's a Godwaldian Ilmaram. Have you heard about it? At the moment, it's Rame's using it in their next model. I can't wait for mine to turn up. My predictions say it's improved speed.
A step forward for technology, yes, but only for...
They're the very unit of capital. You can buy them. I bought these shares many years ago for a steal, which means you could get yourself...
Seems like a clever investment. Definitely worth thinking about if you care about your future.
Splendid.
It looks almost ethereal. Is it?
This is a stock certificate. Well, a photo.
The light around the individual in front of you changes somehow as you take something's rattling. This transaction has changed the physical relation.
That concludes our part of the transaction. Another deal complete. Welcome to the big leagues. If you haven't already, I'd advise you to consider hiring a personal brand strategist. What don't they do? They practically, unfortunately not. I only know the ones who work with multi-millionaire...
Here's an avant-garde proposal. What about Idiot Doom Spiral? He used to hustle and hang out. Oh, and we should see what this net worth can do. Might score a discount, or better.
So, what's next on the agenda?
Нужна концептуализация 4. Но это мы не сможем сделать. Пойдемте отсюда.
Thanks for stopping.
The pearlescent paper adamantly resists being held up. Feisty little thing. But don't worry, it's under control. Inside an oval frame is a grey sketch of a curly-haired girl. Her form is terrible. She needs to straighten her back, and each letter is shaped like a laugh line being put. You can do this. Maybe squinting will help. Your vision blurs into a haze of dark scribbles. That really didn't help, did it? How the scroll across the paper opens wide. It's many. Okay. Enough of that. A bold black mesh curves. If it does, it remains hidden. There must be some form of logic hidden away in there. The certificate threatens to coil back into itself.
Ну, мы просто отсюда выйдем. Вот здесь прочитаем.
The pearlescent feisty little thing. Inside, and her form is terrible. Inside, and her form.
Ладно, не вышло. Пойдемте к этому боку. Это кто?
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna
Нет, нам не этот нужен. Дурак, который вот так вещи продает.
Mr. Dubois, every worker... Ha ha ha! Mr. Dubois, so be it. How can I help you today? Mega rich light bending guy? Oh my god! How did that get in there? Damn it to hell, Harry! I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich light bending guys. Honestly, Harry, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through this harbor, but I won't be caught transporting the light bending mega rich. I have a reputation to protect. Harry, It's beginning to dawn on me that you're a real fascist. A mega fascist who imagines mega rich light-bending fascists.
Господи.
I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Fanny.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation.
Oh, that a Sal. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some melodic music in there. Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral, but what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to,
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquent...
found God knows where. That a Sal is the daughter of Miko the kebab. And I think a daughter of a
Убил
man who's called
кебабом
the man with a
человека.
kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you? Maybe it was Bogovir. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things going on. I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. I love you. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger.
Посмотрим, что мы сделали. Мы исполнили несколько заданий. Так. В деревне Буй. Этот конверт. Почтовый ящик на площади. Тело жертвы не отправили. Разбогатеть. А можно карту, интересно? Я всё еще не могу портить, да? Нужно в деревню. Пойдемте тело на экспертизу отдадим. Почему бы нет? И ботинки помыть можно будет. Что ж мы не можем портаться, как грустно. Тело на экспертизу. Тело. Фонарик.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red.
All right. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands. I'll take...
Так, идем мыть ботинки. Мне это, ладно. У меня доход
This
какой огромный.
industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many
Мой
hungry
доход.
hostel guests. Getting the corpse residue out of these boots is going to require patience. And also, a commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. There is a variety of soaps and bleaches. It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now. The delicious smells of cheap. All right now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them. The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away. Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float a two-course dinner of rotten flesh. The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human, just like beef stew. That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect. The man ponders his...
Давайте посмотрим. А вот эту дверь я не могу открыть?
You see a heavy steel. The door does...
Ботиночки. Плюс 2 авторитет.
You look down at the white ceramic sabatons, hugging your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away. As the plates reorient to your motion, the hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. For the day you have to fight someone covered.
Каких-то заданий давали. Так, деревня. А, это было сделанное задание. Так. Что мне там еще в одиночку? Дали мысль. Узнать, откуда стреляли. Этот дурак что-то там так внизу. Блин, нужно эту большую штуку убрать. И в руку взять лом. Эту. Лом хорошо.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers try.
Поговорить.
Everything still. I only accept legal tender, officer. In that case, I cannot accept that as payment, officer. I run everything above board here. Cash only.
Подождите, а дурак это где? Дурак. А, вот кто это. Это пьяница-рыбак. Понятно. Так, пойдемте ловушку с саранчой наполним. Она тут, родимая.
The trap stands empty. The locusts, dazed from being... They're not really going to get the...
Ну, господи, теперь отправляйтесь в танцы. У нас пока тут есть задание другое. Мужики сидят. Жесть, что происходит? Понял? Подтормаживает. Так, сюда нам.
Tequila sunset.
Can't really remember seeing any women.
It's a touchy topic. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Things have really turned around for you, haven't they? Don't be shy, Tequila. Of course I'll do it. I'm your man. Your personal brand strategist man. But I've got something the others don't. I'm on your...
Great can-do attitude. A billion real mindset. Clinically insane energy.
No, Tequila, no. What do you need to know?
What you truly want to know is, can you really trust your entire fortune to a drunk who lost...
I used to be a moderately high net worth individual.
A subtle smile lights up his puffy face. Like a...
At the Boom Boom Room, I directed a
The
team
Boom
of
Boom
talent
Room.
architects. People so high concept their names were nothing but a single letter. We had manic ideas.
We're going to need examples here. You're after measurable performance, not tales of happy memories.
Numbers? How about 15 fucking years of jamming art into people's heads? Millions of real.
And then he lost it all by going for a jog.
Tequila, tequila. Whatever's going on in my reality situation, drinking is the fuel to my fire. Ah,
He could definitely work more on his hand-eye coordination.
I used
Там что-то еще было.
at the boom.
You're after measurable.
Remember when Maria Capoleva caused an uproar by walking?
No, we don't.
That was me. I did that. We sold a lot of slip tequila, tequila. Whatever's going on in my... Okay, okay. Let me get a sip first. You see, net worth means nothing to the people of Martinez. Nada. Null. For them to see your wealth, to really respect that, you need to convert it into something real, something tangible. The bigger the better. The horseback monument. That's the center of the district.
The level up, but what would it cost?
Nothing up front. That's because I always put the client... And forget about contractors and the like. This job I'm handling personally. That's it. I'm back. Sorry about that, my friend. This isn't about me. This is about... I can already see it. Tequila sunset, spelled out in cap...
This is a good moment to bring up his drinking. He'll get nothing done.
Whoa there! No need to worry about that. I've got it all under control. Besides, it helps with my creativity. Gets the business juices flowing. No can do. Sorry.
Some complex calculations are...
No, you're right. I've got to do this. I need this. Give me half an hour, my friend. In fact, I do... Relax.
He turns his swollen nose to face the sun, cheeks ruddy from the biting wind.
Exactly. Just give me a minute or two.
Присядем. На карты.
Before you know it, the man is put down. You chat a bit with old, then try to strike up a conversation with the... After what feels like ages, you hear the fence creaking as if under a large weight. Look at him. Just look at him.
О нет, он упал. Как чувак в цистерне лежит.
It's idiot Doomspyro. He's back, like a beast made of jaundice and fetid polypropylene. He returns locked in.
I know. Ran into some problems there. Material shortages.
He seems he can't even walk straight. How did he write your name in cathode rays?
Of course I am. When you're ready, just head on over to the Horseback Monument. You'll see. But if there's anything else your old friend can do for you, let me know.
Взгляните на статую. Поспрашивайте жителей рыбацкой деревни. Старейшина. Кто из них старейшина?
There's no way.
The legend.
Бабуля.
Our tenant, the police. Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. This is my little cinder block town.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. There's not much to tell.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others.
Это не моя. Это моя.
It's getting cold. A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window. The room feels muffled, like you...
What is this place to you?
Westward, across the canal, towers the world in a small shack in the fishing village. Far away, on the corner of Petition and Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant. Outside, the howl of the...
Look under the...
As you look at the floorboard, the edge of a floorboard next to it looks... Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely... Nothing particular catches your eye. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. The floorboard doesn't care. But it's extra ammunition. She's locked, holding the bullet. You get the feeling. This isn't...
Oh. Бабуля.
Our tenant, the police. Damn that girl. Gone and hid things in there? She's usually... Yes. I let my room to that Ruby girl, as I've done before when she's been in trouble, or just... She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the...
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Yes, early with the dogs. I cleaned it, like I always... No. She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village.
No, she was mostly silent. She tried not to let it show. But I could tell she hadn't come to...
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do. But she was brooding.
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks...
I do tell. Exit from what? No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter, like you sometimes get, son.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle.
The sun sets.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quiet.
It's a peninsula.
You'll never find her, you know.
Она в бункере.
She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived. Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again.
What more do you want? Yes, let's one thing, officer. If you do find her, please.
She really means it.
She's a good girl.
Ой, еще вот это есть дама.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Так, 42%, нам нужно внушение. Давайте внушение. Ну, чтобы на свидание ее позвать, это нужно. А у меня вообще ничего на внушение нет, да? О! Походу все.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it.
Get the drink
О,
on.
нет.
It would be unimaginable for a human female to have sex with a man without alcohol, as the master of ceremonies to guide them.
What? Funny sailor jokes.
Great. Now, it's okay. She just hasn't figured out how these things work between the sexes.
Эх, не вышло. Так. Редкого.
I'll just keep the Elysium in the channel, if that's okay. Aye, ma'am. And of course, Jetty. I prefer a good Hello, detective. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself. Nothing, really. I've had...
That. And she's also keeping an eye.
Spying has such a negative. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in...
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder...
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. How do I...
Water drips down eaves of eat. The smell of salt.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal. All right. Real men. Real politics. Real thoughts in your head.
Oh, I'm not frightened. Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Sealindian, Isola. I'm guessing you don't know then. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around... I knew you would sympathize. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? I hear you have singled out a suspect.
This story she will tell only before...
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're... Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Мне, кстати, внушений очень много. Там, блин, целых 8. Это капец. типа, еще туда вкачивать ради того, чтобы с ней замутить, ну, как-то не хочется. Давайте посмотрим, у меня еще есть там... О, место назначения. Пирс, остров, край земли. Вот это же пирс. Нет, не пир. Текстуры прогружаются прям полосочкой. Так. О нет, пропало место назначения. Не издеваются надо мной. Пожалуйста, нет. Место назначения. Что за место назначения? В смысле? Ого. Давайте попробуем сделать. Это?
An old door. The concrete the concrete. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper? In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar. There, 1.2 kilometers over it's glowing in the dark night. The lights are on. Glazier to warm his hands before he pulled the trigger. There are no markings on the ground for a tripod. The salty water has corroded the ladder to nothing. It does look extremely rickety. And a smoking assailant who favors Team Otiri, still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means...
Так. Край земли, остров и пирс. Ну, по-моему, вот как-то так. Отсюда и отсюда. То есть мне еще дальше нужно. Вот сюда. Это пирс? Это не пирс. И остров. Это остров. Ну, пирс, наверное, типа здесь. Хотя хижина рыбаков... Я здесь была. Как я... А, там вроде бы тупик. Наверное, надо идти дальше вниз. Хотел бы это проследить за этим.
You see, a slogan used to above the mural, a collapsed roof. Broke. There's something in the wind. You try to peer in, but Lieutenant Kitsuragi stands in front of a mirror, fixing his orange bomber jacket. You should be asking him that question.
О. Ну, с лейтенантом, понятно. Видимо, так. О.
A metal and plastic contraption. This must be the boy Clausia mentioned. You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. The number 11 has been written on the yellow primitive construction, but it does the job. There's something in there. It smells like you would expect. The water this a shot glass.
Офигеть, я нашла этот буй. Я думала, он не здесь.
Some algae and nothing else. Another identity misplaced. There must be some cosmic conspiracy afoot. The boy continues to be mostly empty. No answers appear to you. You could ask the miss what she thinks later if you have the time, though you doubt.
Прикольно. Идем дальше. Получилось. Но тут мы были.
A row of ghostly shades
Ну,
facing
это мы
a
видели.
crumbling wall, with another 7 shades stacked. A cold.
Мне нужно типа вдоль берега пройти. Да выйдет и отсюда, господи.
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the... Not this time. The opposition and dangerous. Dangerous too.
Ты не можешь здесь слезть. О боже. Пирс, остров. А, пирс, это вообще, кстати, вот здесь где-то может быть. А остров? Где остров? Какая неудобная карта. Нету вот этого типа вы здесь. Просто, блин, беги себе, куда глаза глядят. Вы здесь. Класс. Что значит место назначения? Давайте здесь тоже место назначения. Вот где пирс? Окей. Пойдемте на статую мужика с конем посмотрим. И на сегодня будем заканчивать. Ну, скажем что-нибудь ей.
Hello again, officer.
Нечего сказать.
Just an ordinary war. Nothing to see here. Just an ordinary war. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Why?
Короче, статую мужика с конем. Все. Мы сегодня 4 часа сидим. Где пирс? По идее, вот здесь тоже где-то должно быть. Не пирс? Я пытаюсь. Еще вспомнить, кто такой дурак от роду так. Это, по-моему, мужик, который там сидел наверху лестницы. Да. Забыла, куда идем. На мужика с конем. Сюда, куда-то. А, здесь можно было пройти. Что тут произошло?
An old monument, a matrix of metal tubes and wooden planks. There are no lights that spell. There's not an ounce of artistry. This is not what that personal brand strategist of yours promised. No one. The old king looks defiantly to the west.
Какую-то дичь втирает мне. Ой, это и был дурак, все. Короче, узнали, сегодня нашли себе менеджера по личному бренду. Отдали труп. Надо будет в следующий раз лечь спать в игре. Пока не будем. У нас есть теперь огромный доход. Вот там с интимов вообще 232 тысячи. Нам приходит со счетов, мы разбогачиваемся. Ботинки отварили с кожей человеческой. Хорошо. Блин, мне кажется, еще стрима 3 точно будем ходить, потому что я, не совсем прям чисто пройти. Я смотрю очень многие детали. Вот. Спасибо, что пришли. Приходите еще. Была рада. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайк, пожалуйста. Короче говоря, теперь надо отдыхать, пить чай, спать. Всем пока-пока.